Uh, Very good morning to all the students. Today's topic is objectives of a good referee or umpire. Introduction. Referee is an integral part of all the matches due to the important role of judgment making in games and athletes. It is necessary to appoint an able, trained, and experienced person as referee in every match or a competition. The referee is not only to help the players but also for observing the rules of the game. He is there to give correct judgment according to the various situations of the game. He has also to maintain a healthy relationship between the players and the spectators. A person, how much is a good player or a coach he may be, but he cannot be a good referee unless he possesses certain qualification and personal abilities. Now we'll see a few characteristics of a referee or an umpire. First point is proper uniform and good voice. It is an essential qualification for a good referee to be physically and mentally healthy. It is also necessary that the referee should wear a proper uniform so that he is recognized from a distance and all the players and the spectators are assured of his presence. Generally, a particular uniform is prescribed in every matches respectively. Besides this, his voice should be powerful, clear and effective. Full interest of the player and the spectators can be maintained during the course of the game only if the voice of the referee is loud and clear enough to be heard by all the concerned persons. Such a good voice also levels no chance of any misunderstanding or a mistake. The voice of the referee should also be effective in every possible way. Second point is efficiency. A good referee should possess efficiency in every respect. He can efficiently only if he realizes the importance of the game. He should also be mentally alert at all the time. Third point is knowledge of the rules of the game. Every referee should possess a thorough knowledge of the game. He should go through all the fixed rules once which are fixed before the beginning of the game session. In this way, his knowledge will be updated and he will be aware of any new changes which is certainly brought up. Besides this, he should also be fully aware of aggressive and defensive devices which are employed by players during the course of the game. Third point is knowledge of duty. Duty cannot be performed without a knowledge of them. The duty of a referee are not limited only to game under full discipline and control, but he is also to perform certain duties before the commencement of the matches, during the matches and after the matches. Without the full knowledge of duty, the proper control of the game is not possible. Immediate decision. The referee should not take long time to express the nature of particular situation or a violation. To take more than required time by the referee decreases his ability. So a referee should not make undue delay while pronouncing his judgment. He should be quick alive to his judgment duty. Self-confidence. Self-confidence is a very essential quality of an officiating person. Sometimes he cannot gain control over the situation or cannot influence properly the player and the spectators even if he possesses thorough knowledge of the rules of the game. The reason for this, he lacks his self-confidence. He will either hesitate to take a quick decision or to take control over the situation. In such situations, the game or the match is reduced to a mere puppet show and the real strength of the team cannot be judged. So it is very necessary for the smooth conduct of the game or the match that the officiating person possess a complete sense of self-confidence. Close observation. Close observation on the part of an officiating person is necessary condition for the right and quick judgment. If a referee or umpire does not possess the quality of close observation, he will put under constant criticism by the player as well as the spectators. This close observation is possible only if the referee keep himself physically and mentally alert. A little carelessness on his part can do a great harm to a particular team. Impartiality. Impartiality on the part of a referee is not only the test of his efficiency, but it is also his moral duty. Partiality shown to a particular team, in fact, does not create a create a great harm because this way the team can neither make up his defensive nor it cannot prove its skills. So impartiality on the part of referee not only causes injustice but it also brings down the standard of the game. Calm and firm. The referee should never lose his temper or balance of mind. It is also necessary for him to be firm on the decision taken by him. He should not change his decision under pressure from any player or any session of spectators. But this does not mean that the referee should be stubborn in nature. If he is assured that he has pronounced a quite wrong judgment, he can wise enough to change it. He will add to it respect and honor among the players and spectators. So, a referee should be always calm, firm, and flexible. Courteous. The referee should always be courteous besides being calm and balanced mind. He can solve any kind of hard problems which have faced during the course of game by his courteous and civilized nature. Courteous on the part of referee can assure him of a respectable place in the hearts of all players and spectators. He can by this means command full confidence of every one connected with the game. Cooperation. Games are collective activity and such activity cannot be successful without cooperation. The referee shouldn't secure the cooperation of players and the spectators. He can perform his duty efficiently only through the cooperation of all the concerned person. He is also to cooperate with other officials and organizers of the game. The game can become interesting and inspiring to all concerned persons only through the mutual cooperation of all officials responsible for it in the smooth conduct of the game. They can secure the cooperation of the players and the spectators only if they show mutual cooperation to one another. So these are the characteristics of referee and umpire. Duties of referee or umpire. Referee or umpire is a person who commands the game, matches or competitive sports events according to certain fixed rule. He tries to make the game interesting and inspiring through his efficiency and ability. He also tries to maintain the proper speed of the game which is being played. He gives his final, impartial and correct judgment about the victory or defeat of both the teams. Now we'll see what are the duties of the referee or an umpire. The duties we can bifurcate them in three categories. One is pre-game, that means before the game, commencement of the game. Second point is during the game, means in the process of the game. And third point is post-game, that is after finishing the game, what are the duties of the referee and umpire. First we'll see pre-game duties. He should arrange for a meeting of all the officials responsible for the smooth conduct of the game. There should be a meeting between officiating person and the captain and the coaches of the team so that essential instructions regarding the game are discussed thoroughly and no misunderstanding is left behind about the rules and regulations of the game. The referee should examine the playground thoroughly before the start of the game. He should ascertain the fact that the playground is prepared according to rules and regulations of the game. The referee should always check before the start of the game the chief articles which are necessary for the game. Now the second point, the duties during the game. To keep control over the game, to see that the game is being played according to the rules, to observe every situation closely during the course of the game, to see that minimum interference is put forward during the game, to take full care of the time, to keep a record of the score, to give full cooperation to the players and other officials of the game. Now, post-game duties. To return the organizing articles which have been collected from the game for the game from the organizers, to thoroughly check the final result of the game. There are chances that scorer is liable to commit mistakes during the game. The score sheet is a very important record so that referee should examine it thoroughly and set it right if there are any mistakes committed by the scorer in it. The referee is to congratulate the winning team and inspire the losing team to win in the next tournament or the next time. Sometimes press reporters are also present to obtain the report of the game. He should give them all the necessary record of the game without making a personal comment or remark on the performance of any team or a player. The referee has to repute against player and inform the officials concerned about the nature of the misbehavior of the player so that they may take the necessary action on him. This is necessary to upkeep the good atmosphere of the game for future matches. These are the duties of a referee or an umpire. Conditions for a successful referee or umpire. The action of judgment making through based on certain fixed rule is an act in itself. The referee or umpire is always successful to the extent in which he perfects himself in this art of judgment. Following are the conditions for a successful referee or an umpire. Effective presence, relationship with the players, relationship with the spectators. Now we'll check the conditions of first point, that is effective presence. The presence of the referee should be so much effective in the playground that every player and spectator should realize his presence over there. This presence can be effective only if he possesses good personality and his judgment is always correct. Besides this, his polite nature and courtesy go a long way in making his presence effective. Second point, relationship with the players. Sometimes matches or game competition ends in quarrel or fight. If we examine thoroughly the causes of such a quarrel or a fight, we almost always come to the conclusion that there is lack of smooth relationship between the players and the referee is the main cause for this misunderstanding. The efficiency and the impartiality of the referee are also responsible for ensuring good contact between him and the players. He can keep good control over the game by remaining throughout calm and firm but also polite and friendly. Relationship with the spectators. The referee should have good relationship with the spectators in order to keep the game under healthy condition. He can do so by his efficiency, impartiality and effective personality. The duty of a referee is a thankless one. There is a great need of efficiency on the part of the referee in order to make this work easy and interesting. So that good relationship is maintained between the officials and the players of the game as well as the spectators of all shades of mind. These are the conditions of becoming a successful referee and umpire. Improvement in the standards of referee and umpire. The main cause of this low standard is that most of the office bearers of referee or umpire association are so selfish and position seekers that they try to maintain their position by any fair or foul method. In this way, the high ranking officers of referee association have managed to secure a monopoly in these selections of new referees. So the standard of referee or umpire panel has touched the lowest level in our country. Now, here are few suggestions that how we can improve the standard of referee or umpire in our country. Like referee or umpire association, what they can do. The duration of office bearers or referee or umpire association should be limited to a fixed period. They should not be given more than one chance for re-election to the same post. In this way, the monopoly of one particular group can be finished in a referee association. Second point, training of referee or umpire. All referee or umpire who are seeking merit certificates for job such undergo a training for about 2 weeks in a special training camp for referee. All the candidates should undergo a test at the end of the training. These tests should be conducted by those officials who have a certain experience of at least 10 years in this job. No untrained referee should be entrusted with the duty of judgment of any matches. Class 2 certificates. The referee who finished their primary training should be appointed as judge only for matches of school tournament at district level. After an experience of 5 years, they should undergo a further training for a week at an advanced training camp for referee. These training camps should organize discussion rank on special points of judgment making. The referee should be made aware with the latest changes in game rules during the training in their advanced camp. After this, they can be appointed as a referee for inter-district tournament or inter-university tournament. Class 1 certificates. After an experience of 10 years, a referee or umpire should get training for about a week in advanced international training camp and undergo a test at the end of the training. They should be awarded Class 1 certificate after this advanced international training. They can be then appointed a referee for interstate or international tournament. Organization of workshop. A particular workshop for 1 or 2 days in which they may try to solve their particular problems faced during the matches. They should also be made aware with the latest changes in game rules during the duration of such a workshop. Refresher course. Refresher course should be held for those referees who do not have constant touch with game and tournament and have not been given a chance to act as a referee for many important matches for about a year. They should undergo a test about completion of the refreshment course and should be given a special authority to act as referee for the game in which the specialized in their particular games. So these are the few of my ideas for becoming a good referee and umpire in a day-to-day tournament, so that the standard of referee and the sanity of the game will be intact. Thank you. Stay home and stay fit. Bye bye.